Well, howdy there, folks. This is your host, idjester. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today we're going to just do a special little episode here. Had a lot of people asking me about the phase disc and how you would get a copy of the phase disc so you could have it with you. Remember, folks, I'm not taking credit for making this phase disc. It comes in the vassal module. This has nothing to do with me whatsoever. But I'm basically going to show you what I did. I actually made a whole bunch of copies for people that I know there at my gaming club, and everybody seems to like them and use them. So I'm going to show you basically what I did to make my copies. Then you can do your own. In fact, by me showing you how to do it, it might even help you. So what I did basically, I just took our phase disc and moved it up here in Vassal, and you notice that I have one side that's in the inside for the Allied player and one side that is also for the Axis player. So I have both of the different phase discs here. Then basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom in on the old Vassal module here so I can get a nice big image of it, and I'm just going to hit the print screen button on my keyboard here. I'm going to hit print screen there. Basically, it takes an image of your what's on your screen, and it's going to save it into memory there. One thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're not clicked on one of the phase discs. You don't want to have this big black ring around it, so make sure you click off. You don't have anything highlighted. Then just hit your print screen button, and it should bring up a nice. It shouldn't do anything when you hit the print screen button, but what I want you to do is just go into your Paint program or whatever you use. I'm just going to use the Microsoft Paint that comes with the program here, and you can hold the Control key down and hit the V key. V is in Victor. And what it'll do is it'll paste in your screenshot image that you had saved. You can also go into view. Maybe you can't do it that way. You would have to do a file, new, and then do it that way. It's just easier to hit Control and then V to paste in our screenshot. Then what I'm going to do here is just come up to the selection button here. I can resize these, but I'm not really worried about that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it into Microsoft Word here in a minute. All I'm going to do is I'm going to select these guys here, and what I'm going to do is just cut out a nice little section of it, something pretty similar to this, like that. And once I've got it highlighted, I'm just going to right click and I'm going to go to copy, and then I'm going to go into whatever word editing program you use. I just happen to use Microsoft Word, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on the paste button there, and you can see it pastes that image into Microsoft Word. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to my Paint program, and I'm going to try and create about the same space. This is kind of important. You have to, when you're copying and pasting, you have to have kind of the same amount of space, so you got to kind of eyeball it a little bit. See, if I make it like that, it's going to be too much, so I made it too big. So let's go like this. That's a little bit better. You want to have the same size images basically. Maybe cut that right side out a little bit. That looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. Then I'm going to copy that, and I'm also going to paste this into Microsoft Word. Now what happens is it pastes it right over the other one, so you might not see it. And if you try to drag it, you can just drag it out. If it doesn't drag, what you need to do is right click, go to text wrapping, and then choose in front of text. And then once you do that, you'll be able to move it around your screen. Again, right click, wrap text in front of text. So now what I have is I have two images, and what I'm going to do is line them up next to one another. And as I do this, you will notice that I've got this little white area that kind of covers it up, and I can't really see what's going on. So way to get rid of that is to double click it, double click your image. It should go to your picture tools format. And what I'm going to just simply do is come over here to color, and I'm going to come down to set transparent color. So if I set my transparent color to white, it's going to make all of the white area clear. So you will now see I can overlap these. And basically all I'm doing with this is I'm checking the sizes to make the sizes the same. I think that this one is slightly lower, so what I'm going to do is slightly drag this one up, and I am going to, nope, I think it's a little bit too big now. I'm going to slightly bring it back down. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Alright, looks pretty good. And once I get this set up pretty good, there we go. That's perfect. You can see we've got a nice V shape in there. Okay? And once I've got this set up, basically all you have to do is just take a screenshot of what I've did and print it out. And you'll be good to go. You don't need to go through all this unless you want to. That is totally up to you. Alright, so lastly, I've got these images now. What I think I might want to do is make them a little bit bigger. So I'm going to select both of them, and when I size them, they should both size the same way. Let's just double check. We'll slide this guy over a little bit. Maybe that's a little bit too big. Looks pretty good though, not too bad. You lose some of the detail the bigger you make it. Let's make it a little bit smaller there. There we go. Bring this sucker over a little bit. There we go. There we go. Alright, just wanted to make sure they're still the same size. Yep. Look very close to the same size. So I'm just going to drag this guy over a little bit. Right, click on both of them. And yes, I'm going through this kind of fast. I'm just going to make a copy of them and drag them up a little bit. In fact, now that I've done all the work, all you have to do at home is just hit your print screen right now. And then just cut and paste what I just did into your Word editing program, and you'll be able to do this at home. And then you'll have a copy. So now what I would do, and I'll tell you exactly what I did. I've got a full sheet of, what's it called? Full sheet, I can't think of the word. I gotta look at my box over here. Shipping label. A full sheet shipping label. There we go. Just go to Kinko's or Staples or one of those stores, get a full sheet shipping label, which is basically, it's just one big sheet of sticky stuff. And then you're going to print this out on whatever nice printer you can get. Again, you can print it out at Kinko's or whatever you want to do. And then you're going to take this full sheet and you're going to find a nice sturdy piece of cardboard or some kind of a, I use a special backing on my counters, and when I'm making things that I pick up at Joann Fabrics, that's it's just a sheet of nice, not too thick cardboard, but nice nice sturdiness to it. It won't bend, it won't break or anything. I print these out, and I'm going to cut them out, cut that out on my sticky sheet, and then you're going to take the sticky part off, and you're going to put this onto your one side of your board, of your backing board, and then you're going to cut that out of your backing board. You're going to take the other side of this, you're going to cut it out, and you're going to paste it on the back of that. Really, I can't show you how to do that. But basically, you're just going to cut this out. You're going to paste it onto a piece of cardboard, a nice sturdy piece of cardboard, and then you're going to cut the other side out. And remember, you want to have all the phases the same way. So if you're going to have route on the top of one side of it, you want to have the route on the other side as well. So this way, when you're rotating your counter, when that player's turn is done, you can just flip it over, and on the back side you'll have the other one. If you wanted to not do that and just have multiple phase discs, you could do that as well. It's a little easier that way. You don't need to cut it out and try to line everything up and make everything perfect. But if you can, That's great. That's what I ended up doing because I've done it like a million times, but because I make my own counters and all that, so I'm just used to doing it. I can cut this out, paste it onto a backing board, cut that out, and then I can line this up and paste it on the back of that, and it looks great and it works great, and everybody's been asking me about it, so I thought I would give you a nice short video on how to do that. And like I said, now that I've kind of gone through the work, you can probably just take a screenshot of my screen here and then just cut this section out and paste it and print it out, whatever you want to do, now that I've done the work. But if you wanted to do the work yourself, again, I just wanted to show you how to do that. Again, I don't claim that this phase disc is mine or anything like that. I just use it in the vassal because it really can help let everybody know what the phases are, what phase you're in. Because it's color coded, it's easy to remember which counters to take on and off for all of us people with old memories that can't remember all of everything going on at the same time. So that's what I do, and I've had a lot of questions about it, so I thought you guys might like to know exactly what to do to get your own phase disc for the advanced squad leader system. So stay tuned for some more informative rules explanations when they come. And of course, keep these questions, thoughts, and comments coming because I love to hear them. And we'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for watching.